Jackson sat in the dimly lit living room, the only sound the soft ticking of the wall clock. The quiet felt suffocating, thick with the weight of his thoughts. His mind raced, each passing second like an eternity. What he had learned earlier today still didn't seem real. Everything had been fine, or so he thought. His wife, Melanie, had kissed him goodbye this morning, promised they'd make time for each other over the weekend. But now, he sat here, crushed by the words of his best friend, Darren, who had betrayed him in a way Jackson couldn't fathom. Darren's voice still echoed in his mind, his words slicing through Jackson like a blade. "I've been seeing Melanie for 6 months. I never wanted to hurt you, man, but I..." Jackson had hung up the phone before Darren could say anything more. The world around him seemed to blur, his heart racing with shock, betrayal, and a pain he had never known. How could this happen? Darren, the one person who had promised to always have his back, had stabbed him in the worst possible way. He didn't know what to do, where to go. The apartment felt too small, the walls closing in on him as he replayed Darren's confession over and over again. How long had this been going on? How could Melanie, his wife, the woman he had trusted more than anyone, betray him like this? Jackson didn't wait. He had to go home, had to face her. He needed answers. The knot in his stomach tightened with every passing minute as he drove, not knowing what he'd say or how she'd react. When he walked through the door, Melanie was sitting on the couch, her eyes red-rimmed, her face pale. The air was thick with the tension of unspoken words. She stood when he entered, her voice breaking as she whispered, "Jackson, I'm so sorry." He didn't let her speak further. His voice was steady but low, laced with an anger that surprised even him. "I know, Melanie. Darren told me everything." Her face crumpled, and she sank back onto the couch, her hands trembling. "I never wanted to hurt you. It happened. I didn't plan for it to go this far." 6 months, Jackson said, his voice cold. 6 months of lies, Melanie. And you couldn't even tell me? You couldn't even look me in the eye and admit what was happening? Her tears fell freely now, but Jackson wasn't moved. Not now. Not after everything she had taken from him. He couldn't look at her. The woman he had married, the woman he had trusted with his heart, had shattered everything between them. "I don't want to hear it," he muttered, his hands clenched into fists at his sides. "I don't want to hear any more excuses. Please, Jackson, just let me explain," she begged. But he shook his head. "No. I'm done." He turned to leave, the door slamming behind him. It felt like he was walking into the unknown, unsure of where he would go or what he would do next. The apartment was no longer a home. It was just a place, an empty shell that had once held love, now filled with nothing but pain.